to the stream this week. Today I'll be playing a couple of racing games on the Game Boy Color. And yeah, they're both sort of tied in with the theme of the game that Tony picked for Retro Game Club this month. Hold on, let me check the volume. Looks a little quiet, but I guess I'll keep going. Anyway, let me know if there's any problems, as usual. Yeah, so this month Tony has asked us to play, what's it called? Legoland. It's sort of a theme park simulator in the vein of Roller Coaster Tycoon, but Lego themed, and it's not like running the real life Legoland. Everything is made of Lego, including the people. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm sort of jumping off that to go on a tangentially related theme. So the first game I'm playing today is a racing game, but it's themed around Walt Disney park things, if that makes sense. Anyway, this song's really getting on my nerves, as it will. And this is a short loop. You might recognize it as Small World, of course. Alright, I assume this is all working. So anyway, let's start it up. Well, hello there. Cricket's the name. Jiminy Cricket. I don't remember what voice this guy had. He's from Pinocchio. I always get confused because I think he's in Dumbo, but I don't think he is. And today I have a tale for you that's sure to make you smile. Well, at least I hope it does. It's all here in my storybook. It started this morning when our friends Chip and Dale were out exploring Walt Disney World, registered trademark resort. And well, they let their curiosity get the better of them. You see, through a small door in the side of the castle, they discovered a path that leads to one of the hidden treasures of the park, the Walt Disney World Magic Machine. I've never seen such a wondrous creation, and you know it's used every night to shoot off the most beautiful fireworks. Right, so they have a machine that makes magic, and they use it for fireworks. Do they use it for anything else, like anything useful? Maybe solving world hunger? No? Oh, okay then. Well, those curious chipmunks got a little too close to that machine and accidentally dropped some of their acorns into it. And the machine didn't like that one bit. It huffed and it puffed and it tried to get itself unstuck, but it was no use. Those acorns gummed up the Gearzotronics and Springer pneumatics so badly that it just stopped working altogether. All our furry little friends could do was run for cover. The machine smoked and it sparked and it blew itself apart, sending pieces flying all over Walt Disney World. So now it's up to you to make sure the fireworks fire tonight. You've got to help Chip and Dale find the pieces of the machine and put them back together in time for the show. Everyone visiting the park is depending on you, so good luck. Cool stuff. Yeah. I don't know any passwords yet. These are all the pieces of the machine that will fill out as you, and like medals and trophies, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, you win races to get stuff. Jumping on the top of the ramps will make you go even faster. Oh wow, this is more in depth than I thought. Scavenger hunt, eh? Oh, and there's credits too. Yeah, so this game was made by Prolific Publishing. I think they later renamed themselves to Silent Software. And also Crystal Dynamics, it was a joint venture. Crystal Dynamics actually made the original game on PlayStation, and then Silent Software helped them port it to Dreamcast, and there's a PC version as well. And they also collaborated on the Game Boy Color version. So instead of another studio handling the handheld version, it's the same people who did the main game as well. So why don't we get started? So yeah, you can pick a bunch of characters. As we saw in the intro, Chip and Dale are involved. Okay, Dale will be in here somewhere. There he is. Yep. This tune's quite cheery. There's hidden characters, some robot duck, which looks pretty promising, but we might not actually see them during the game, and Jiminy Cricket as well. But there's also, and this is one of the things I find most fascinating about this game, there's like original characters that are new for the game. So there's a sort of Beagle Boy type guy called Bruno Biggs, who's wearing a Mickey hat and a shirt. There's a bear, Mo Whiplash. Okay. Oh, there's another secret character who looks human, but we'll see. Otto Plugnut. He looks pretty serious about racing. Oliver Chickley III. Polly Roger, the pirate. Baron Carlot, the little duck. Okay. And we got Amanda Sparkle, who is maybe some kind of mouse. I don't know. And Tiara Damage. I really wish Tony was here. I talked to him earlier. He's at work late, unfortunately, so he can't make it. But yeah, I'd like to ask him if any of these characters are from other sources. But as far as I know, a lot of them were made up for this game, which is nice. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they're all in the style of these, yeah, Disney animal universe characters. So yeah, actually you're not wrong, Gibbon. Hello, by the way. I don't know if I said hello, but she looks very much like the evil queen from Cinderella, is it? Or is it Sleeping Beauty? Anyway, that one. But a duck. Yeah, that's really cool, actually. What a weird thing. Well, the one I like the most on initial impression is probably Polly Roger, because she's a pirate, so I'm gonna pick her. Yeah. Got theme music for each one. And yeah, all these are based on real life attractions in Walt Disney World, the theme park in Florida, which I have been to once, but I was very young, so I don't really remember much about it. Oh, not just the one park. Like, there's a series of parks, maybe 3 or something, that are in the same sort of area, and you get separate passes to them. Grimhilda from Snow White, says Given. Yeah, Snow White, actually. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, she's got quite a history in the Disney video games. She shows up not just in Snow White adaptations, which actually, come to think of it, I don't know if there are any, but yeah, she's in some of the like Mickey Mouse games or other sort of crossover things. Well, let's get started. Come in first place to help rebuild the magic machine so the fireworks can happen tonight. Oh wow, okay, that's unusual. Okay, so accelerate, brake, got it. I don't know why everyone's going so much faster than me. Alright, if I hold across, I actually start going faster. Okay, and B is my item. Cool. And yeah, movement controls are absolute, not relative. It's not tank controls. So if I push up and down, I will go in that direction. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting little game. The course is pretty straight so far, but here we go, I'm catching up. I can't really recognize the characters that I saw on the select screen from their tiny little sprites here. Oh, okay, it's just a straight line. That's interesting. I was expecting maybe a little something like, you know, Rare's games, Mickey's Racing Adventure and Mickey Speedway USA for Game Boy Color, where they're in the mold of Rare's earlier game. Okay, I turned into a frog. That's nice. That must be a special item from the witch. I don't know. Whatever. It might be a normal item. But yeah, like with Mario Kart, we're getting different items to throw at each other. I actually haven't played Rare's game, so I don't know if they have items in the same way, but I'm going to assume that the 64 one at least does, because it's pretty heavily based on Diddy Kong Racing. Whereas, yeah, the Game Boy Color ones are based more on, what's it called? The thing that Diddy Kong Racing was going to be originally. Yeah, that one. Yeah, you know, that one. There were 3 of them. There were 2 on the NES, 1 on the Game Boy, and they were called something good racing.com.exe. Ta-da! Cool. First place. Nice going, friend. You've won your first race and earned the first piece of the Walt Disney World Magic Machine. Now you just need to take that driving skill onto our next attraction. Happy driving. You're king of the mountain, our Thunder Mountain, of course. Here's a piece of the fantastic fireworks machine for you. Those should have been in the other order than what they were, but okay. Now, yeah, so it's cool. It's nice to have different themes in your racing game, but these ones are all based on real attractions that are in the parks. So they've got sort of an added level of engagement there, but also, whoops, wow, 3 frogs at once, something happened. But also, like, the attractions themselves are well developed in terms of theming, so piggybacking off that is a good idea, actually. And there's quite a bit of variety from what I could see on that screen. Alright, so if I was understanding the things that it was saying before, there are actually hidden things to find on these tracks. Again, kind of like Diddy Kong Racing, actually. Which is ironic, seeing as this is the non-rare developed game. But I like that our cars on this course have been replaced by jet skis. No, not jet skis, ski-doos. Snowmobiles? Whatever you call them. It fits the theme. That's a nice little touch. They didn't need to do that, but they did. Now I can see that the course splits, and I assume that the kind of rough terrain slows you down. I can't really tell. But I have fallen behind, so... Oh, that's cute. So one of the hazards is leaving a teacup behind on the course, and then if you fall into it, you start spinning like the teacup ride. Is that a Disney World? I don't know. Again, if Tony was here. I'm glad you're here, Gibbon, but I don't know how much of an expert you are on Disney parks. But that's okay. We'll muddle through. I've been to Tokyo Disneyland and Sea more than a few times at this point. And we're going back again this year in a few months. Yeah, I fell behind there and I couldn't quite catch up. That course was pretty hazardous. Try again. Well, maybe I will later. What's that called? Blizzard Beach. Cool. Alright, Dinosaur. This is actually based on the movie that Disney did that was like filmed live action backgrounds and then CGI dinosaurs on top. At least I assume that's what it is. Because that had the same name. That was called Dinosaur. Yeah, so... I don't actually know what coins and sparkles do. But if this is as much clone of other racing games that were around at the time, coins will probably increase your top speed slightly. But as for sparkles, maybe a character specific special thing. I don't know. I'm guessing. So yeah, there's lots of dinosaurs hanging out on the edges of this course. Oh, I have the frog item. How do I use it? Well, I pressed it and nothing happened. Maybe it just affects everyone that's on screen. Yeah, Gibbon says he's not an expert either. Yeah, oh well. Yeah, when I heard Tony wouldn't get here, I thought about swapping the stream out for something else, but I'd already prepared for this one and everything. Yeah, you know. So there's different colored balloons, again, like Diddy Kong Racing. And I think they give you different pickups. Maybe? I'll have to keep an eye out for that. I love all the dinosaurs just hanging out. They're not really doing much though. Not even animatronic. Oh, we passed the T-Rex back there. But yeah, I don't know how widely known it is that the film Dinosaur is a kind of hybrid of animation and real photography. It's just the backdrops and stuff, but yeah, it makes it interesting in the history of Disney feature films, I suppose. Not even the dinosaurs could slow you down. You're the fastest archaeologist around. Sweet, dude. Totally sweet. Oh, okay. Maybe we need to clear these ones to unlock the next ones, I guess. Alright, we'll try it. I feel like the banners at the starting line there are letters that spell out something, but I don't think they actually are. Because they're just alternating between a triangle and something that looked like a thorn. So it looked like it was just saying "ata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta." Gibbon was talking about old letters from the English language that aren't used anymore the other day. So I brought up thorn, but he was talking about the AE combination thing, where an A and an A are drawn next to each other. Usually pronounced like E, like encyclopedia. Hang on. Deck the halls with banners of holly. Yeah, okay. We've got an actual Christmas carol as the level music here. At least for part of it. Which again, Diddy Kong Racing has a few Christmassy levels that David Wise managed to do a good tracks for them that are sort of reminiscent of a Christmas carol-y sound, but not actually using tunes from them, from any recognizable ones. At times I think this track is going to start heading into the Simpsons theme, just the way it's going. Yeah. Don't know how useful those acorns are. Ah, nuts. Is that explorer duck? Its beak looks a bit big, I don't know. But the heads are huge anyway. It's funny that they have the whole designs for the characters, but all you basically see in game are their giant heads. It's a cute little look, but I feel like it's only showing off a small part of their design. 10 seconds behind, dude. Well, try again. I always like Chip and Dale. They seem to be popular, like, their lives have continued through theme park merchandise, especially in Tokyo. It's them and Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Apart from the main cast of, like, Mickey and Donald and all them. That's who you're going to see most often on theme park merchandise. At least in Tokyo, is Chip and Dale and Stitch. Them and Duffy the Disney Sea Bear, of course, which is a character that they made up just to sell merchandise at Disney Sea. It's very cynical, but, you know, for some reason the Japanese audience really responds to that kind of thing. It is the country of Sanrio, after all. A company that exists just to make mascot characters that have no existence outside of being mascots of themselves. I don't know, it's very strange. Yeah, boost it. Oh no! Ah! So close. Oh wait, it's only a lap 2, never mind. Can I try and hit these zippers as much as I can? Although, yeah, bouncing off the walls doesn't seem to be too much of an impediment. Yeah, it's interesting how these courses are just left to right and they just wrap around. I don't think I've seen any racing game that's quite like that. Oh, that's a different Christmas carol, isn't it? Frosty the Snowman. This is kind of a medley of carols. That's interesting. Very Christmassy. Although Blizzard Beach, I don't know, that name in itself doesn't seem like a Christmas theme. Yeah, given saying having fun with digraphs, which is 2 modern letters that are put together that we used in the past. I don't know why the audio is so low, but I don't know. Given's not complaining about it, so I guess it's fine. I mean, look at this difference. I'm talking here, the game is there. I feel like I should turn it up. Or turn myself down. Which is easier to do, in fact. So I'll just do that. Yeah. How's that? I guess? Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, Given says he's annoyed that no fonts seem to have the combined IJ character. Which, in certain depictions, it kind of just looks like a U with a little bite taken out of it. How do you pronounce that one, by the way? Why, you've beaten the slippery slopes of Blizzard Beach. Say, not bad. Okay, you gonna let me race on new things now? Cool. Test track. Bonus challenge. Okay, collect 30 coins before time runs out. I can do that. So it's not a race. It's a different kind of challenge. It's good to have some variety in your game. So IJ was apparently replaced by the letter Y, so it's pronounced like that. Interesting. Oh yeah, didn't you show me a diagram of how the shape of it has changed over time and it gradually morphed into the Y we know? I remember that now. Originally Y had 2 dots over it because it was the combination of I and J. I shouldn't be going so fast. I'll slow down a little to try and grab the coins. Precision is important here. Yeah, that's right. Lowercase I and J merged together into Y, sort of with an umlaut over it. Although I was told at some point that, like, for example, putting 2 dots over something isn't always called an umlaut, depending on what language it is. Umlaut is the German term for it. But there's a lot of diacritics like that used in, well, lots of languages. I was going to say, you know, Scandinavian, but a lot of languages have them. French has the accents acute and grave, as well as the, well, it's got the caret, and it's got, what do you call the little thing that goes under a C that turns it into a soft C? I don't remember. It's like a little tail. Anyway, I'm wondering if I have to get all the coins, but it seems like there's an abundance of them. Well, we might have, oh, okay. I should probably break more, actually. Because oh, you can reverse too. Okay, that's good. It's not an auto-scroller. Oh. Oh. Oh gosh. Yeah, now I'm not gonna even get to the finish line. Yeah. Good try, but if you're to earn the Disney Challenge Award for this attraction, you'll have to try again. Why do I want a Disney Challenge Award? That's not a machine part. But I guess I'll do it. Yeah, just visually. Yeah, I understand. Okay, so as long as you're holding A, you accelerate, but I don't know, it's weird. It's like you can adjust your position on the screen, but I don't know how that affects your actual speed. I don't have a speedo, by which I mean a speedometer and not a budgie smuggler. Nope. Yes. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah. Oops. So Chip and Dale, Chip and Dale, their job is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, right? And then Disney has a movie called The Rescuers, which is also a bunch of little animals, including small rodents, who are their job is rescuing things. So I always wondered why these two things were separate. Unless there was a crossover at some point, but... What happened? Oh, okay. You don't even need to cross that finish line, you just need to get the coins. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the new champion. Congratulations. Very good, very, very good. You won yourself a Disney Challenge Award. Cool, I got a life preserver. Wonderful. Oh, rock and roller coaster, that sounds exciting. Don't remember that. Alright, look at this. This is rad. It's all like a construction site. I do like how the track splits like this. Makes it pretty dynamic. Oh, I got frogged. The Rescuers is an adaptation. What do you mean by that exactly? Oh, is it based on a book or something? It's just weird to me that they have two properties that are so similar. Like, maybe they felt they didn't have enough control over the Rescuers IP, which is why they made Chip and Dale. Should have looked that up, but yeah, I don't know what order they happened in. Now I don't know the difference between yellow acorns and red acorns. But a lot of the items in this game seem to be acorn based. Got the teacups, frog spell. There's that sort of missile rocket that other people are using that I have not seen yet for myself. There's the boost. I think that's all I've seen so far, but if there are 4 colours of balloons that do correspond to things, then... Okay, there's the bomb, I've finally seen it. Oh! Okay, I'm actually controlling this now. I don't know what's happening with my character, but... okay, well, there you go. I guess they were going on autopilot? That's weird. That's quite strange, actually. Yeah. Anyway, this game... I mean, some of the choice in this game might have been informed by, you know, the fact that it's a version of the console game. But I don't know anything about that one. I know it's a behind the character, you know, kart racer. Much like the proper Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart and all that. Very popular genre at the time. Got a lot of clones and imitators happening. Nobody rocks on quite like you, Speedy. You've earned another piece of the magic machine. Yeah, these new characters they came up with probably work a lot better in the console game where they have more animation and stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay. So given saying that the Rescuers movie is actually based on the second novel of the series, Miss Bianca. You know what, I don't think holding forward actually really changes anything except... Yeah, so I'm going to stop doing that now. Just changes your position on the screen. Yes, but the first novel is simply called The Rescuers, and the rest of the book series follows Miss Bianca on her adventures with the Rescuers as a sideline. Interesting. Is Miss Bianca in the Rescuers film? I must admit, if I ever saw it, I don't remember anything about it. But yeah, Chip and Dale are very much the Disney-owned characters through and through. So yeah, where are we? We're in the Haunted Mansion right now, which is pretty interesting. Nice fun theme for a kart racer. It's always good to have a Luigi's Mansion course in Mario Kart or whatever. And the Curian Mansion, or as it's called outside of Europe, House of the Dead. in Sonic and All-Stars Racing. But yeah, you will recall that I actually played the unreleased Game Boy Advance game that was tying into the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion film last October on my stream. So this is pretty interesting. I'm kind of revisiting it in a way here. I'm mostly going through the grounds. Oh, here we are in a corridor. That's good. There's actually an interesting connection. Yeah, the next game that I'm gonna play is Lego Racers, and the console version of that was made by High Voltage, who did the console version of the Haunted Mansion game that was actually released. Oh, that was close. Wow, that was a nice theme for that course, I think. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't really see too many of the ghosts in the background. I guess you can see them at various points of the track, but yeah. Ooh, now that was scary. I'm glad we made it out of there in one piece. And first place to boot. Congratulations. Ah, yeah, so Miss Bianca is the main female lead. That's cool. Good stuff. Ooh, Jungle Cruise. I think I remember this one. Oh, we're in boats now. Very cute, very cute. I like that a lot. It controls the same, but it's just a little, like I said before, it's a nice little touch. Just for a bit of character. Adds to the theme. Love it. Oh, a lot of elephants. Okay, good to know. Boom. Gotcha. Sunny. Hat guy. I don't know who you are, but you have a hat. And I don't like that. Oh wait, I have a hat. Okay, I guess I'm okay with hats. It's just your face that I don't like. Ooh, crocodiles. Maybe alligators. Hippos. If this is Africa, it's probably crocodiles, I guess. India has elephants too, I guess. Because the Jungle Book is set in India. Whereas the Lion King is set in Africa. Eat my teacup. I don't know where Jungle Cruise is supposed to be, but I would guess Africa. I just like that every single course has a different theme. It really helps the game stay fresh, I think. That's a cool feature. You know, I'm not having too much trouble with this game so far. Haven't had to save scum or anything. I'm gonna save this frog for when if someone comes up on me. Oops. Was that my own teacup? Oh, again. Well, you know what they say about pirates and tea. Ah! Cup. I mean, frog. Good, I frogged him. Take that, Jiminy. So, oh gosh. No, really? Dang. That was so annoying that I'm going to use my time traveling powers. Nope, stop. Alright, all I need to do is avoid those. Yep, easy. Cool. Well, you're a first place Jungle Cruiser today. Good going, chap. Here's your piece of the Walt Disney World Magic Machine. Aren't I supposed to be finding these pieces? Why is Jiminy giving them to me every time? That seems very suspicious, don't you think? Like maybe he's the one who had them in the first place. Typhoon Lagoon. Back on a boat, but this time there's lots of shipwrecks, I guess. That's cool. So yeah, I was thinking about what I could play to tie into Tony's game. I was like, I'm having fun with Legoland, but I don't know about it sustaining a stream, you know. it's like a sim management game that's maybe not the best for streaming, at least for what I usually do, I guess. There's no reason I couldn't, but I decided to tangent off it instead, and I looked at all the video games that have Disney parks related content, which is, you know, quite a few actually when you really write it all out. No, wait, did I write it out? Huh. I really should have put that in my notes, but I guess I didn't. Well, from memory, there's one on the Famicom where you're like a boy who is just sort of running around Tokyo Disneyland, I believe. And then there's another Japanese one that Konami did on the PS2 and Game Boy Advance that was based on Tokyo Disney Sea, and in that case you're kind of interacting with the characters as if they were real, and the locations and stuff. They've been sort of like this does, like you're not in an actual theme park, but you're in a world that has areas that are inspired by theme parks, sort of like, I guess, what in the fiction the world of the theme park is supposed to be. Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be getting coins. I forgot. Just been yammering on, but yeah, didn't do so well. Yeah, let's get the coins. Given says there's games based on Cinderella's Mystery Castle tour. I didn't know about that one actually, but yeah, there's a few out there. I really should have actually made sure that list was here. What on earth was that? There's like a big lizard standing between some houses back there. Weird. But yeah, the Game Boy Advance version of the Disney Sea game, I considered playing that, but the gameplay of it is you collect cards and then use them to do like paper, scissors, rock games against characters in the park, which seems to me to be probably the most tedious thing I've ever heard of, but you know, it's fine, I guess. There's a Mickey Mouse platformer on the SNES that is, all the levels are based on areas of rides in Tokyo Disneyland, I believe. I must have written this down somewhere. I think I made a list in the Game Club chat, possibly. So I could check there once I get a moment. Oop, wow, okay. These boats can just stop on a dime, apparently. Just kind of weird for boats. Weird even for cars, really. I guess it's a kind of hovercraft or something. Oh, one more coin. There. Yes, 5 seconds. Cool. Right, so you get one unique icon for each of these challenge courses. And I guess you get one of those little sparkles for getting all the sparkles on one of the stages. But yeah, there's other challenges to do in this game apparently that I haven't quite grokked. Yeah, that's true. Epic Mickey has theme park inspired areas. In fact, I think most of the worlds and locations in that game, apart from the side-scrolling areas, which are based on old cartoon shorts from Disney, yeah, the 3D platforming worlds are all based on Disney parks, and in fact the hub is sort of like Main Street, and then you go to all the different lands, kinda, and yeah, some of the set pieces and things in the worlds are based on things that you would find in those areas. It's pretty interesting if you're a theme park buff. I feel like that game was sort of really tailor-made for hardcore Disney fans, but as for the gameplay itself, not so good. there's a lot of problems with it. I played it and I didn't have a great time. As well as there being this really forced pseudo moral choice system in the game, which is, I feel like it's just there because it was a trend in gaming at the time. It's actually pretty disappointing when you consider the names that were on board the project, Warren Spector and all. But I actually picked up recently not the sequel, but the spin-off that's on 3DS. It's both an Epic Mickey sequel and a sequel to the old Castle of Illusion, Power of Illusion, all that stuff. Wait, it's something of Illusion. I think this one is called Castle, or no, I don't remember. Anyway, it's got more of a crossover element with other Disney cartoon, animated features, which is what I'm really the most interested in, more than the old shorts or the theme park stuff. So as well as that, it's also made by this small studio that only really put out a few things like Monster Tale, and they're the same team that did Henry Hatsworth on the DS, so that was pretty interesting. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to get a drink. Let's hold on this screen and I'll go grab some water. While I'm taking a breath, I'll see if I can just whip up that short list of games that I wrote up a while back. Just scroll up a bit. Nope, that's the wrong chat. Okay, there it is. So I named a few of them. The Famicom one was called Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, which was it Famicom or NES actually, because Magic Kingdom is a US park. The Mickey game on SNES was called Mickey no Tokyo Disneyland Daiboken, and forgive my pronunciation. Oh, so this is Space Mountain. That's pretty cool. Very starry background. But yeah, we got a rocky planet surface and everything. Very cool. Let's see, there's Connect Disneyland Adventures, which a couple of the Disney experts in that chat channel were talking about, and it was pretty interesting hearing them mention the very specific and detailed ways in which there were inaccuracies in that game. So yeah, the Connect 360 game where you can explore an interactive version of the park kind of thing. Pretty interesting idea. I don't really know how it worked in practice. I'm getting this sort of audio function, no, not function, like, okay, that's a new item actually, that turned me invincible. I think I've had that before. Yeah, I just noticed that there's a thing where like sound effects play in the left channel and music plays more in the right channel. I don't know if that's actually a feature of the game, because the Game Boy Color had a, did it really have stereo? I guess it had a headphone port, didn't it? Yeah, so that's cool. But I also wonder if the emulator somehow separates sound channels from music channels, because I know having a noise channel as a separate... Hello? My accelerator stopped working for a second. Yeah, I don't know, but it sounds good. It's always frustrating when on an old console sound effects will overwrite parts of the music track, so it doesn't play properly, you know. Especially a problem on things like the NES. There's another one here. Yeah. I'm sure there's at least one more game, but I didn't write it here. We haven't seen the pause screen before. Yeah, I think I've gone through all the ones I could find right there. But yeah, Epic Mickey's a really good example, actually. But you can see there's different philosophies in these different games. Like this one especially is emblematic of the philosophy that you take the general theme of an area of the park or an attraction and just sort of build something out of that that's you know, sort of new. So it's more abstracted from what the parks actually are. Whereas Connect Disneyland Adventures or Adventures in the Magic Kingdom are more so about making an accurate representation of the park that you can interact with. And I gotta say, I prefer the former, where you take the theme as an inspiration for an idea for what you can do in the game and jump off from that and expand on that, you know. Because I don't really have the reverence for the literal, you know, aspects of what the park actually is. And I don't necessarily buy into the theming, making a complete, you know, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's weird. Anyway, I think this is okay. There's a few more, but I've almost finished the machine, so presumably anything after that point will be extra stuff. Let's find out in Pirates of the Caribbean. Or is it Caribbean? I don't know. Depends where you're from, but I don't remember how I'm supposed to pronounce it in where I'm from. So whatever. But yeah, we're in boats again. Nice. We're in a little, yeah, just like the ride itself, we're in a little channel on a boat that's going through piratey places. Oh, that was cool. I should have gone up there. Yeah, yo-ho, yo-ho, Pirate's Life for me, etc. Oh, another one. Alright, hug the top. Let's go on one of those jumps. Oh, rude. Stop it. Yeah, you're going down, buddy. Oh, I missed. The hitboxes. Oh, I think I can detonate that if I want to. Yeah, that was cool. Doesn't make much difference, but it's fun. Let's do it again. Woo! Sweet. Oh, that must be Dale, or is it Chip? Dang, now I don't know which one's which. Surely Chip is like the goofier one, right? No, Dale is the goofy one. Chip is the one with the bomber jacket and the hat and the sensible one. Dale is the goofy one who wears a Hawaiian shirt and has a big red nose. Of course, I always liked the goofy one better when I was a child. Although I don't really remember watching the cartoon much. I guess I must have. But yeah, I gotta say about this game in particular, having Chip and Dale as the sort of main instigators is more interesting than having it be Mickey and friends again, because it usually is them. But even more than that, having all these original characters that are in animal style, but they're completely new, is a really cool, fun kind of choice. Alright, so what is this? Mickey's Backward Tour. So with the Roger Rabbit style conceit that we're filming cartoons as cartoon characters, etc., etc. Yeah. I haven't seen Epcot or anything yet. I really wish Tony was here. I don't have much personal expertise to bring to a discussion of Walt Disney World. Alright, not bad, not bad. Hey! We got the fireworks things and all the 3 thingamabobs, so now we have the fireworks, I guess. Woo! Do 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 do. So yeah, I talked about Rare's contributions before, how they had Mickey's Speedway USA on the 64, and they made a game with the same name on the Game Boy Color, but before that they'd also put out Mickey's Racing Adventure on the Game Boy Color, and those two are sort of more isometric top-down races that have the main Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Pete kind of cast in them. This Game Boy Color game actually came out between those two, so you had like a string of Disney races, but this one, like I said, has the more unique cast to it. Well, by golly, you did it! Another beautiful fireworks show at Walt Disney World, and it's all because of you. Chip and Dale surely thank you, and so do I. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the new champion. Congratulations! Very good. Blah, blah, blah. You got all the things. So now what do? Jiminy's got no motivation for me to go to Splash Mountain, and I don't know how to unlock it, because apparently that's the only one left that I haven't done is Splash Mountain. So, okay. Oh, well, we've been going for almost an hour. I don't know how to unlock Splash Mountain, but it might have something to do with hidden collectibles stuff. Let's have one go. Okay, here we go. Come in first place to win a first place flag. Alright, so that's all it's going to tell me. That's fine. So does winning that flag in all the races? So I have to do all the races again, maybe, to get the flag, even though I'd already come first in all of them. Maybe they've become harder. Who knows? So either there's hidden things on the level, or I just play them all again. And it'll give me Splash Mountain at the end of that, presumably. But yeah, because we've been going almost an hour, I think I'll wrap it up here, and then we'll move on to Lego Races. See, I knew this wouldn't take the whole stream. But I'm glad we saw all the tracks. I like what they've done with it. It's probably even more impressive and fleshed out on console, as well as the characters and stuff. But yeah, for Game Boy Color, this is pretty unique in the side-scrolling kind of view and that kind of thing. So I've enjoyed this one. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. Can't see any hidden paths or anything. So I don't know what that business with the trophies is about. I guess hidden paths might have to be really hidden. I don't know. Alright, B for menu. So time trials. Yeah, let's look at the characters one more time. So spooky little duck, Chip, Amanda Sparkle, who looks a lot like the rich girl from Princess and the Frog, sort of. Which of course didn't exist at this time. Tiara Damage, Dale, Jiminy Cricket. Oh, so Jiminy Cricket is unlocked now, I guess. But not the robot duck. Rudo Biggs, Mo Whiplash, some kid, I guess. Otto Plugnut, Oliver Chickley the Third. Let's give a go to the duck. Tiara Damage. Ah, so I can do Splash Mountain in time trial mode. So yeah, we'll give that a go. Fasten your seatbelt for the time trials. Ah, that is a cool looking duck. I like this. Zippity doo dah, zippity day. Don't sing too much or you'll get VOD muted. Nah, it detects actual songs, not somebody badly singing it. It's cool. But yeah, we're on a nice little river in the Americas. Saw a paddle steamer back there. Nice. Sign. Don't know what those poles are supposed to be. But you got your swamp shacks. Good stuff. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. Yeah, I never watched Song of the South, so I don't know how I know this song so well. Welcome home, Brer Rabbit. Maybe from the ride and also my parents singing it. So they must have seen the movie. Or then maybe they just knew it from the ride. I know, I definitely remember Splash Mountain, but that's because I've also been on the Tokyo Splash Mountain a few times. And of course, in the Tokyo Disney parks, all of the singing and the announcements during the ride and all that kind of stuff is done in Japanese language. So there's a version of the song and all the chatter from the characters that is, yeah, completely dubbed into Japanese. Where is Brer Rabbit? I guess he's not here. So, my favorite course is probably Dinosaur or maybe Haunted Mansion. I liked just all the dinosaurs. There were tons of them and they were just all hanging out. But the theme of Haunted Mansion and the music was good. Yeah. So I guess we've seen everything in the game. Why don't we just for my curiosity, I want to see what Amanda Sparkle looks like in a course. Oh, so she's that one, okay. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of the heads on other races at this point, but couldn't always match them up to what the characters were supposed to be. But yeah, I think we've gone through this game as much as we can, so that's cool. Let's play the other game, which involves me doing this. Okay, other game. Change the thingy. How do I change the thingy? Come on. Lego races. Cool stuff. Alright, so this is kind of the other half of Legoland. So we've done the theme park bit, and now we're going to do the Lego bit, and they're both racing games on the Game Boy Color, so there's a good connection. Go. What's going on? Nope. That's weird. Okay. Yes, I'm English. Oh yeah. So building courses is a big part of this game. So you don't just race. Oh yeah. Okay. So I have to make a racer too. All right. So all right. We'll start on circuit race, and then see what happens, and we might go back to build later to see what it's like. But I'm more about playing the game than doing course designing or anything like that. So yeah, we've got different themes here. This is familiar to me through having Lego sets of my own, but also I recently played Lego Battles on the DS, which has the same kind of themes. There was a pirate campaign, and then a knight campaign, and then a space campaign. But we've also got like, what is this, like adventurer, archaeologist, I guess, like Indiana Jones kind of thing. I don't know. And there was the tribal, yeah. I guess that's for the tribal island kind of theme. Yeah. That kind of racism stuff. I guess that's an evil archaeologist. Is that a ninja? A space ninja? I don't really know. And that's, oh, this is character in this game. It's like Rocket Racer. He's the main like racing rival that you're supposed to work towards surpassing. Okay, choose a racer. Oh, I didn't make my own racer. What? I don't understand what this game wants from me, but okay. We're gonna make a racer? Edit racer? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. Yes. What? No, I want to change that. What? I can't change any of these things. Maybe I need to unlock pieces. Yeah, okay. So at the moment I only have access to these 4 pieces, 1 for each slot, and I have to go with this racer then. Now my name is obviously Players. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, this is a feature of the game. You build your own car out of Lego pieces that you find. It's pretty cool. I don't know, what they had was pretty okay. Oh wow. Yeah, let's be like a 6-wheel buggy, that's awesome. And purple. Great. Was that okay? Can I do it now? Okay. Oh, I see. It highlighted the cancel by default, so you have to press down. The menu's a little confusing, but I gotta handle it now. Arr! On the seas or on land, you're no match for the great Captain Redbeard, so give it up, matey. Har har. Cool. Yeah, so the original version had these FMV sequences that I guess they've sort of crushed down into stills for this game. It was on the PlayStation and also the Nintendo 64. Blah blah blah, and also, gosh, hang on, and the PC. Yeah. Like I said before, that version was made by High Voltage Software. You know, I didn't really talk much about what the developers of the last game are otherwise known for. Crystal Dynamics, of course, are the Gex people, although you might also know them for Tomb Raider. And they're still working on Tomb Raider games to this day actually, which is pretty impressive. Silent Software, on the other hand, they actually did an interesting thing for Disney at another time. They made a piece of software called Disney Presents the Animation Studio, which was something it was like a tool you could use to make animations. But they also did a version of the Roger Rabbit game, which was another link to Rare, because I kept comparing Magical Racing Tour to Rare's Mickey Mouse racing games. But yeah, Rare also did a Roger Rabbit game for the NES, whereas Silent Software did one for Amiga, Commodore 64, and other platforms like that, which is a very different style of game. Yeah, so as for this game, the handheld version here on Game Boy Color was made by Climax Group, aka Climax Studio, something like that. Anyway, they have a pretty interesting history. They had a bunch of spin-off sub-studios, and they also acquired a lot of studios, so apparently they're quite successful. And as a result, there's a lot of lists of games that they've done, but from their different studios. Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to playing this game or talking about this stuff, but I do have items here as well. So you can shoot cannonballs, there's boosts, there was an invincibility thing, of course. So it's all very Mario Kart again. And much like with Magical Racing Tour, they've changed the format slightly for the Game Boy Color. What we've got here is a very Mode 7 style kind of there's a lot of races that are like this on older platforms that are just behind the back, but use sprite scaling in a limited way, and just this whole layering thing to give you the impression of a 3D space, but it's not super convincing. It varies, some games do it a lot better than others. I've played a few like it on stream already, actually, Crash Nitro Kart and Sonic Drift, Konami Crazy Races. But yeah, a common feature is having this background in the top half of the screen, and then the racing taking place on the bottom with the scrolling thing happening. But they've done a pretty good job with it here. They're varying the amount of space the bottom takes up of the whole screen real estate to sort of imply you moving up and down hills, which is pretty nice. The background is nice and detailed and colourful. I really like the look of that. And it, of course, rotates as you turn to give you the impression of a moving background, more or less. I've fallen behind a bit here. Anyway, I looked at Climax's games list and not much stood out to me except another Rare connection. They ported Viva Pinata to the computer from its original release on 360. Gibbon says he remembers the Animation Studio software. That's cool. I wasn't familiar with it myself. I did play with Windows 3D Movie Maker a lot. I don't know if it's similar to that at all, but I hope I can unlock some more parts soon. I was looking forward to creating my own racer, but you pretty much start with just a few default pieces. Maybe once I've earned it, I can make a cool racer of my own. So yeah, I do like these old classic Lego themes that they've sorted their merchandise into. And it's pretty cool whenever a game uses those themes. Although I do like the licensed Lego games too, quite a bit. But a lot of people seem to remember Lego Island pretty fondly. as well as the console version of this game. But I wonder how many people really played the Game Boy Color one. But I certainly like trying out the lower end games that are conversions of other games. Obscure ports that were made for handhelds. I dig that, so that's why I'm doing this today. I could have emulated the 64 or PlayStation releases without too much trouble, but I figured I would do this instead because I'm just a total hipster like that. Like, I play these games you've probably never heard of. Like Lego Racers. No, not that one. The one that was only on Game Boy Color. Yeah, a lot of items aren't very useful in first place. Huh, what does that mean? The white piece didn't... But there's... I don't know. I think the white piece upgrades the next item you get. So, if I pick up a block here... Yeah, you can see there's sort of one bar next to it, and then it has a certain effect. But if I have the white piece, there's a white block and then the red block layered on top of each other. And, whoops, hit some rough there. That slowed me right down. But yeah, I got the red pickup before, which is a cannonball, but when I had a white extra on it, it was a sort of missile instead, so that's cool. There's, again, a bit more complexity for the item system than your bog standard Mario Kart. Like Diddy Kong Racing, upgrading your item, but in this case, it's a bit different. You get a certain block to then upgrade the next thing you get. There you go. It can even stack on something you already have, so let's use that. Okay, I think it lasts, yeah, it lasts quite a bit longer. A lot longer. Am I still boosting? Okay. I think we'll slow down now. Yeah, Lego Battles is pretty interesting. It was made by some of the same people who made Total Annihilation, my favorite real-time strategy game of all time. But there's a lot less of those Lego games that use the original Lego themes than there are of your licensed titles these days. Of course, Lego has its own new themes now, like Ninjago and Legends of Chima, which didn't go so well. They moved on to like Nexon Knights now, but I don't know if that's gotten any proper full game releases apart from browser games and stuff. So I guess the modern equivalent is Ninjago and things like that, but I don't know. The fact that games like this had a crossovers between all the different themes of that era are cool. What's going on? It did the fanfare, but now it's just still going. I don't have control over my character. I can pause. Okay, I pressed select and that stopped it. I don't know why it kept going. Okay, cool. But yeah, I've managed to come in first so far. That's a cool map thing. I like that. Wow, I love this background. This looks really cool. It's so colorful but dark. I'm transfixed. Hey, watch it, buddy. Now, I don't really know how to unlock new parts, but I assume you get them by winning races, advancing in the campaign. I don't know. We'll find out after a couple more races, I suppose. But yeah, as for this game, it's pretty impressive. You're view up ahead of you is quite short, which I'm not a huge fan of. It means you don't see turns coming that much, although they're usually pretty gentle so far. And the game's pretty forgiving about not making you go off the edge into the rough. Oh wow, I'm doing a little worse this time. Yeah, we had that map before, but there's no way to bring it up in game and there's no mini-map, unfortunately. I would really like a mini-map in the corner of the screen. Show me where I am, what's coming up, where the other races are. I guess surely the Game Boy Color could handle that. If it can have so many colors and like levels of scrolling happening on screen, you'd think it wouldn't be beyond their powers. Didn't F1 Race have a mini-map on the Game Boy? That was one of those sort of first-person view car racing games, but it was similar to this with the straight-on scrolling kind of thing, sprite scaling and stuff. You know, presumably, as you're going around this course, you're going to be turning in lots of different directions, but the background doesn't seem like it scrolls at the full 360 degrees. Yeah, it has to be 360 because if it's a loop on a circuit, by the time you come back to the start/finish line, you would have had to rotate through a full circle as you go. That's just logic. Cool. Do. One more? No. 3 tracks in that one. You came first. Now you can go on to the next circuit. Arr. Thanks, buddy. Did I... You know, I wonder if there's any, like, plot to this game that is shown on the title screen. Because this character here, Rocket Racer, I know that there's supposed to be, like, a kind of rivalry. Yeah, it's just this screen. Just leave it here for a minute. But I guess there's no, like, developed plot the way that there was in Racing Tour. It's just sort of do the circuits, build stuff. So cool. The cutscenes before each cup are... well, they exist. Alright, I guess there's nothing more to that. Let's try and edit our race on. Oh, right. Yes, again, when you're on this screen, you have to press down. It's like, I expect to, like, select the character and then go to the other, you know, yes, this one. What? Okay, I assume I don't have any other options. This looks different. Yeah, cool. Different kind of thing for me to sit in. Let's try changing it up a bit, why not? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But what we can do is put that at the back. And yeah, there's a little bit of customization you can do. But I feel like you have a bit more control in the console version of the game. There's more options and such. Alright, let's do another circuit. I can't really edit my character any more than that, unfortunately. Yeah, so we'll go through them linearly. But I'll try a scooter, why not? Dang it! Did I mess that up again? You know what, let's check out what scooter looks like. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Me, King Kahuka. Oh boy. No racist voices, no thank you. Oh boy, okay. Good stuff, King Kahuka. Good for you. Cool, alright. Island, tropical island. Think island thoughts. Oh, it kept my car design, I see. Wait, did it? Didn't I pick red? Yellow, rather? Oh, whatever. Got a nice background again. These races go on a little bit longer than on Magical Racing Tour. And I'm not as in love with the perspective as I was with that one, side on. So these races are dragging a little, but that's okay. Let's have a chat. How you doing, Gibbon? What you been up to? Still playing another Eden? I haven't had a lot of time for it recently. Yeah, that's true. These styles of races often sort of really focus on making that background really interesting. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think they've done a really good job with the pixel art here, with the backgrounds. It looks lovely. There's a little bit of variety on the sides of the screen with objects coming out. Each course has its own specific bits and pieces, looks like. But yeah, with this one, just two things repeating over and over again. It's alright, it's fine. And yeah, there's only so much variety you can have with courses like this. It's just changing the position of the turns and such. But like, I don't feel that it's having a huge impact on how I play the game. The layouts. I guess the main attraction for me at this point is the backgrounds and trying to unlock more parts for my racer. Yeah, it's a cute little game. Wonder if I should switch over to the 64 version. Or stick with this one. This is what I decided on. I should see it through. Check out all the backgrounds, yeah. Yeah, I haven't, like, for my streams, all the kind of games that I look into playing, there's a few that I've got in mind that are CD-based games. But of course, those always take up a lot of space on your old hard drive. And mine was really filling up. But just recently, I received a wonderful present from my spouse of a new internal storage drive for my computer that she also very kindly installed for me by undoing all these little penta screws. Very fiddly. So yeah, I've doubled the size of my hard drive, which is just a wonderful freeing feeling. And now I can store as many disc-based games as I want, because up till now I've been relying on an external hard drive that I would just copy them off to and then bring them over one at a time if I wanted them. But now I'll be able to store more of them on my normal default hard drive, which is cool. Although it's a bit of a fallacy, like I can't just grab all of them and dump them on my internal hard drive, because then it will just fill up eventually too. So I'm still careful about space, of course, but now I don't have to worry about it so much. It really was becoming a problem. I think maybe my music library is too big. With my spouse, the problem is photo storage. Photos is what fills up her space. But for me, it's music. I have a large collection of comics as well, which I talk about pretty often, especially video game comics. Yeah. But like, even when you have a couple of games installed, depending on what they are, like modern games, like I had Portal 2 on here and The Sims 4, and each of those takes up heaps of space. You know, it's just how it is. I have a laptop, by the way, like a MacBook. And there's only so much room that you have on these things. So yeah, that's just something nice that happened to me recently. I don't think it's going to affect streams that much, because even if I wanted to do a CD game, I could still use it for the duration of when I needed it. But I did often have to go through and delete them. I track everything I'm thinking about playing in a spreadsheet anyway. It's all just information. So I already have a plan for next week, which again is related to a theme park theme. A theme park theme. But after that, I think I'll go back and do a couple more extreme sports games to continue another running theme that I've had going. But then after that, who knows? It's going to be another game club month after that. And so I might tie into that again, or I might do something else. At some point this year, I'm going to do a sort of Sonic the Hedgehog retrospective kind of thing on my own time, mostly focusing on the Dimps games. But I might stream a couple things related to that, like Pocket Adventure, maybe the advanced games. But yeah, it's a lot of DS and Wii stuff that I'm going to play, and I can't really stream those. I could stream DS, but it's not ideal. Especially if it's a game I'm also going to finish on my own time. Yeah, Gibbon says he's got a big notebook file of games on a to-play list. Yeah, I've got a big list of to-stream games, but not so much to play outside of streams, because I tried doing that at one point, and then I forgot to keep it updated. Of just games I bought and hadn't played yet, but I can see them all on my shelf for the most part, so I don't particularly need a list like that most of the time. Keeping track of digital purchases, it might help actually, but I did actually late last year make a couple of additions on that to stream spreadsheet that are just for my own personal use to plan, like the Sonic thing I mentioned. I listed all the dim Sonic games and then added a couple more things to it of things just for an order to play things in and to help me think about the games that I would play in that series. Oh, that's awkward actually. Given says he wants to start streaming again, but finding time is difficult that doesn't conflict with other friends streaming. So now I feel like I'm holding you back from streaming by doing my own streams. You've guilted me, and that's fine. I'm joking. But yeah, that is difficult. I mean, we still need to record another podcast, given, and I don't know when. I don't know when we have time to do that. We did a few recently because I was on holidays and could do it at any time of the week. But now that I'm back at work, it's not so easy, especially given our 2 time zones. But yeah, streaming is fun for me. I don't really have much of an audience, but I still enjoy it anyway. And it's unfortunate that you have been unable to do that for yourself. I mean, and like, I appreciate you watching a lot because often you're the only one chatting, and that really makes the streams better from my perspective. Having it, that's some sense of interaction there. But I don't want you to feel like you have to come to the streams. I mean, equally, if I'm streaming, I can't be watching yours. But I don't really regularly watch anyone else's streams. Which again is partially a time issue. Time zone issue. But I do watch your VODs actually, because you would often, when you do stream, it's often at a time when I can't watch live, but I check out the VODs anyway, because I enjoy them. Yes, unemployment helps. It helps that I'm part-time, so I'm not working every day, and then streaming in the middle of the day. Whereas your middle of the day is like early in the morning for me. But this is the middle of my day. And that's your evening. Yeah, it's a big trade-off. That's adult life. You have disposable income but no time. Whereas children have all the time in the world but not enough money. And you need money to live, but then you don't have time to stream. Cool stuff. Congratulations, you came first. Actually, I came equal first. Hooray! So, what's the dealio? Can I give myself new parts now? Nope. I don't, like I said before, the interface is a little confusing, but I don't think I have any other options here. Oh, there we go. Bloody hell. I just had to press across. Okay. What do we got? We have many hats, many helmets, pirate hats. I feel so stupid now. But yeah, I have a lot of options. Great. How about a nice top hat? Faces. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah, this is a problem. I briefly, I think, mentioned this on the stream when I played Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens with my spouse, but in Lego games and in the Lego general brand, a lot of women have the same kind of face, but there's more variety in male faces. I don't know how true that is these days or really in general, but that's an impression that I get, and it's kind of a problem, I think. Yeah. So let's be a lady. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have tribal, oil jacket, knight's armor and tabard. That's kind of a piratey shirt. Sci-fi armor. Yeah, nice jacket and a tunic. That's a race car thing. Ooh, a fancy military jacket. That's a bit piratey too. Or maybe that's the adventurer thing. A different kind of space armor. Oh, that's the symbol of, it's one of the space factions. It's not the Space Police. It's like the Galactic Rangers or something, I don't know. Wow, so yeah, there's lots of options. There's plenty of options. I don't know if you even unlock more, but yeah, let's go with this nice jacket. I like that a lot. Oh, peg leg, okay. I could just wear a grass skirt, maybe? With my jacket and shirt. It really matches. How about some robot legs? That's nice. Cool. Okay. Did that work? Oh, good God. Oh, okay. Alright, I understand the interface now. So you gotta press down again. Which means if you could cycle up, okay. That's worse than it should be. Although it's really me being a dumb as well. Alright, so we have unlocked some more car options. So presumably we've also unlocked people options. But I don't know for sure. I wanted to do a backwards angled one on the back, and then we can put like a cup in the middle, sit in. That's nice. Oops. What did I do? Oh my God. Do not press B at any point, mister. This is just the worst. Okay. I removed my hand from the controller. Except for one spot. Okay. Okay. Down. Still only two options. Try out the yellow and that one. Oh, okay. Let's check out the build mode. What? Oh, sorry. Build mode isn't build courses, it's just build your racer and your car. I don't know, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. I, I said before that was a course builder. I don't know why I said that. I was completely incorrect. Don't even worry about it. Let's just play another course, shall we? And this time, we're a lady in top hat. Yes, don't expect to win against me. The frightful power of Basil the Bat-Lord. I'm pretty sure I had this guy as a minifigure, or at least the bat wing helmet thing. Nice top hat. Unfortunately, that's about all you see of the character. Oh, I actually put this together backwards. I was expecting the little engine-y part to be at the front, and the angled part to be at the back. Now I know on the console game, actually I don't know, but I assume that the parts have different like stats and stuff. But it might be a bit simplified for this version. That was again a baseless claim that I just made, so never mind. Oh boy. What a farce. That's a good word. I don't know what I would do if Gibbon didn't watch me every week. Maybe I would just play these games without streaming them. It's just that the structure of having a stream is what sort of forces me to try different things, and yeah, having the structure is a good thing for me, I think. Because I love discovering a new game every week, trying out new things, broadening my horizons, as it were. Of course, that does rely on me actually going outside my comfort zone every now and then. I do tend to play a lot of platformers, but picking a theme also helps. So I'm going through a mini theme of extreme sports right now, as well as diverging into game club related games, which I was also doing last year. But, you know, it's not like I get many views. That's not why I'm streaming, though, I guess. It's kind of a bonus. Like, if other people enjoy it, that's all the better. Although part of the motivation is so that maybe I pick games that don't have a lot of coverage on the internet. So if somebody's curious about something that's obscure, they can find it on my channel, possibly. But in some ways, like, picking a game to play every week is kind of an exercise to me. To find something that looks like I could have a bit of fun with it in an hour or two. Something I haven't seen before. That will also interest me, and hopefully will interest other people too. I guess it started when I started my blog years ago, and the purpose of that blog originally was to document games that I played. So I would write like a quote-unquote review of something every time I finished a game. Because the way I play games is I play just one game until it's done, and then I move on to something else. a lot of people will play things like different games and switch between them from day to day, or play one game for a long time and repeat it. But I sort of play a game until it's done, put it aside and play something else. And I guess that doing a stream is similar in a way to documenting. Only it's kind of the other way around, isn't it? Because I have to pick something to stream every week. But that's sort of the reason why I chose to stream, is so that I would play something new every week. I don't know. I'm kind of talking in circles now, but... my point is that I like it. And whether you like it or not, I'm going to be streaming every week forever. That's not true. I'm sure at some point a life change or debilitating illness will prevent me from continuing. Regular schedule. Forever. No escape. But people keep making games, so I'm never going to run out of games to actually play. So it's going to have to be something in my life that changes. Not necessarily an external factor though. I could just lose motivation at some point, give up. Magma Moon Marathon. So there's been a bit of variety on this circuit, because now we're on a different planet. Yep, I don't know, stuff. So what games have you been playing on your own time, Gibbon? I was playing Hover until recently. I did a little bonus stream of that yesterday because a friend was asking about it. But yeah, I've been, gosh, loving that. Just playing it all the time. Before that I was doing Spyro games because another friend was supposed to lend me a copy of the Reignited trilogy, and that hasn't happened yet. Maybe he'll remember at some point. I see him once a week basically, and he keeps going, oh I forgot, but I'll bring it next time. But I was playing like every other Spyro game that I could, which was essentially all of them except for the different versions of the Legend of Spyro trilogy. So I didn't play the mobile or GBA versions of that, or the console versions for that matter, because I only played the DS ones. And I also didn't play the very first mobile Spyro game, which is just called Spyro, because no ROM dump of it seems to exist online that I could find. It's a really weird case actually, because that game, I guess they were targeting at girls or something, because the gameplay of it is that you have to help fairies dress up for some kind of party or event. So it's about picking outfits for fairies, which sounds like a stereotypical quote-unquote girl game. Although boys can play those games too, and non-binary people. And girls can also enjoy games that are traditionally meant for boys and vice versa, etc., etc. So the distinction is really in cynical marketing stuff. Yes, as I thought, Gibbons says he's been playing a lot of Another Eden. I'm also sort of chipping away at it, trying to put some time into it when I can. I kind of stopped outside the corridor of time layers, which I've talked about Another Eden before. It's kind of a Chrono Trigger successor on phones. Well, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch at some point. But yes, Gibbon says he's also been learning how to speedrun Wonder Boy and Monsterland. That is pretty cool. I remember you talking about that a few weeks back. How the Kong boss was giving you trouble. Okay. I'm coming up on time for the stream. This game... Oh yeah, okay. So there's a few more circuits to go, but some of them actually are repeating tracks, as we can see. So the next one I should do is this one, but we've done Dark Forest Dash. We've done... Have we done that one? Don't think we've done that one, but we've done that one. Yes, there's those three. But, like I said, this game is a bit repetitive in the gameplay. So the backgrounds are nice, but I feel like it's a good time to stop now. I've had a bit of self-reflection about why I'm doing these streams. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed these games. I was impressed by parts of this game, although frustrated by my inability to navigate menus. But yeah, I enjoyed Magical Racing Tour Disney thingy. I like the original characters and I like the different perspective with the side-scrolling stuff. So yeah, like I said, next week's going to be a bit of a theme park theme. So yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye. Love you. Have a nice day. Bye. Bye.